Okay, let me share my screen. So I want to welcome all of you to kind of like this coach's info session retreat recap. Can you see the screen? The radiant
Yes.
screen? Okay. I have both my monitors up, so I just want to make sure you see it. We just had so much fun and it was so exciting. And retreats, I feel like just always light us on fire. But we also wanted to mix it with like opportunity, right? Some of you girls are like, I want to know how I want to have fun. I'm gonna go to the retreats, but I also want to know how to make money. So we're kind of twist it into this is what we did at the retreat, and this is what you can do as well. And this is how you can advance. Okay. So we're the Hot Mess Express. So what we are coaches who all got together and just wanted to level up together. And we may have not gotten the help or the advancement, but we want to push with each other at the same time. So Ash, all of them are on the same, we're all on the same downline, but we're not all on the same team. And we don't all have the same coaches. Well, that's just me. Okay. I'm the only one with not the same coach. The other three have the same coach. But we're gonna kind of talk about what we did at the retreat, and I'm gonna let Ashley kick off.
Okay, so you see that we all have bracelets that we made, and what we did was we did the word of the year. So this is my first time being on a retreat, but from what I understand in the past is they didn't do something like this. They mainly just had a night where they talked about their stories and what brought them to coaching. But from the experience that we just went through, this was so much more powerful because of it being one specific word that tied into what the girls were experiencing right now, like the past couple of years, maybe just this past year alone. And I mean, we truly heard some incredible stories, and I've never sat in a room of women who were so vulnerable and so trusting. And equally, the ones that were listening were there to just lift you up, pray over you, put encouragement and life back into what a lot of the stories were a lot of hardship and trials that people have been experiencing. So we had our words, we wore them on our bracelet. Mine is, I'm not going to go into why right now, but it is release. And it was just a really cool approach to telling what is going on in life and tying it mostly into coaching too, and how it's just really being like a blessing in each of our lives.
All right, Court, take it away.
Sorry. I keep muted because the kids are screaming. Okay, so I'm Courtney, and I'm sorry about the bad lighting. We're making it work. So that's coaching. We make it work where we are. I'm Courtney. I grew up in California and lived there my whole life. And then recently moved to Texas with my husband and 3 boys. They are 5, 3, and almost 2. So we live in Northeast Texas, and we are there building our home, building our dream home there, and plan to be there for the long run. That is where we are right now. I have been coaching for just over a year, so about a year and 3 months. And my team name is the Grit and Grace Crew, which I love the name. It has so much meaning to me personally, but I just recently found out there's another team that's like a really big team that has that name. So that might have to at some point. But that is who I am. I am also a labor and delivery nurse. I am currently getting my Texas license and do plan to go back to work part-time as a nurse because so we all have different reasons for doing coaching. I personally will also be working outside of the home in addition to coaching.
You want to tell a little bit about your story?
About
coaching?
Sure. So like I said, I am a labor and delivery nurse, and obviously the pandemic, affected everybody and everybody differently. So because of being a nurse, I obviously had a little different experience with the pandemic than somebody that maybe is not in healthcare. And nursing for me has always been a safe place. It's been a retreat. It's been a mental health break, because I love it. I absolutely have a huge passion for labor and delivery. I love it. It feeds my soul. But during the pandemic, that kind of was taken away from me. And so I didn't have that mental and emotional support that I used to get from being a labor and delivery nurse. I didn't have that anymore, because of stressors within the hospital and within my department due to the pandemic. So I had been asked for years and years and years to coach. I've been using Beachbody for about 8 years and was always asked to coach and always said no, because I was like, I know nothing about fitness. I know like health, but I don't know anything about fitness. No one would want to follow me. Like, I'm not a leader. I said no for so long, but then with the pandemic, I finally decided to go ahead and do it, because I needed something for my mental health and for my emotional health. I needed more community, a more uplifting and positive community and group of people to be with, because my job was no longer a positive place. It was no longer my safe place. So husband encouraged me to do it, and he is a very big supporter, and I'm so thankful for his support, and how he truly sees that it feeds my soul. So he started out by saying, look, so I was like, what if nobody joins me? All these things. What if nobody wants to do it with me? And he said, Courtney, if all you get out of this is you make a few friends, then it's been worth it. And that's just something that's really stuck with me, that he said that. It just means so much to me. And truly, I have made such deep friendships with women, especially the four of us, but women from all over the country I would never have met before, and clearly not have met within my job, because none of the rest of the four of us, none of us are nurses other than me. So women I would never before. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And it has fed my emotional and mental health needs, but it also has been a source of supplemental income, honestly, while I'm not working. It's just blessed us in little ways that I definitely do not take for granted. So that is why I started coaching. Started out as, emotional and mental health needs, but has kind of developed into more. And I definitely have a desire to level up in the company. I have a desire to have a little bit more financial freedom from it. So that's me. My goals have kind of started changing, or they will continue to change. So that's me.
All right. I'm Ashley. I'm from Illinois, and I started coaching 4.5 years ago. And I just recently finally named my team the Faithfully Courageous Crew. Again, it holds a lot of meaning to me. And, over these 4.5 years, I thought about this a lot of what I wanted the name to be. And every time I went to go name it, it didn't feel like it was developed enough yet. The meaning wasn't developed enough yet. And just the last 2.5 years, I've really had to lean heavily on my faith to get through some very difficult situations that myself and my family have been facing. And I've had to have a lot of courage to continue to move forward through those things. When I started coaching, I was actually 9 months pregnant with my son. I really resonated with my coach's story about being a teacher, and just kind of being burnt out from the lifestyle of a teacher and wondering, is this what life is going to be? Is this all that I'm going to do? Is really basically I was living for the weekends and living for my summer breaks. And for a while, that was enough to get me through. And then I got pregnant with my son, and at 9 months pregnant, I was just finally like, I'm going to go for this. I was already struggling with a long diagnosis of Crohn's disease. I had already had a major life-saving surgery. I've had this twice now to give me a permanent ileostomy. So that really made me fall in love with wanting to share my story. This was even before I became a Beachbody coach. I was doing another fitness platform, but I really just had an urge to need to share my story, because there weren't a lot of women at the time on social media that I saw that were going through what I went through. So that led me to say, I have this passion for this and I'm going to just go for it and tie these together. And really in 2020, during the pandemic, I had just had my daughter, and 3 weeks later, ended up in emergency surgery again. And that completely changed mine and my family's life these last 2.5 years. And I've been so thankful that I was already a coach. And this literally, I keep saying it caught my fall in such a very difficult time. It gave me purpose to get back up and to say, like, I still, yes, I have my family, I have my children, I have 2 children. But it held such a purpose for me to get up and keep living. And then I had obviously the amazing programs to rebuild my strength through it. So I just feel incredibly blessed that I said yes to this 4.5 years ago. It's been a messy journey. I'm learning all the time. And just when I think I know something, like, I learn a different spin to it. And you're constantly growing in this. And I truly have been feeling the community side of it. And that's something that, again, we probably all have felt this at some point through the pandemic, but a lot of community and being together with people and just having that closeness has kind of dwindled away in some relationships. So I'm just very grateful that we have this. And like Courtney said, I want to grow in the business. I have very big aspirations for our bigger team and for us as a group. And I am just really excited to see where this year leads.
All right, Chelsea.
I almost forgot to unmute myself. My name is Chelsea. I apologize if my voice is raspy, if I go in and out, if I cough. It's going away after this weekend, but I am from Wisconsin. I have been coaching for 3.5 years. It will be 4 years in June. The name of my team is the Fitspire Crew. I initially started coaching 3.5 years ago, 4 years in June, when I was 6-7 months pregnant with my daughter. I had been watching my coach for a solid, almost probably 2 years, actually. I had followed along on her journey. She was everything I aspired to be. She was happy. She had a family. She was meeting and hitting these goals. She was going on these trips and she looked so happy. And I just wanted it all. She had left her teaching job to do this coaching full time. And I just kept thinking, if she can do it, why can't I do it? If anybody who has everything going on in their life, like we all do, if they can do it, why can't I do it? And I wanted to be happy. I wanted to go on these trips. I wanted to start my own team. I wanted to lead other women on this journey because I could see how impactful it was and how life-changing it was. And so finally, after ghosting her and following her and saying no to her and just literally did everything we experience from people we reach out to and we connect with, I have done to her. But I now understand it so much, because you don't join until you're ready. You have to make that choice. And then finally, I did make that choice. And once I said yes, I don't know why I waited so long. I look back and I'm like, what were you so afraid of? Like, why didn't you say yes sooner? And so I started coaching right off the bat. I didn't even sign up as a challenger. I started off coaching. I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to do it from the very beginning, even though I had no clue what the heck I was doing. I was just going to learn as I went, and I haven't looked back since.
Y'all give me the chills. Okay. So I am Jerica. For those that you don't know, I'm the crazy one in everybody's photos, pictures, and videos. You can't get rid of me once I'm in your life, so deal with it. But I'm originally from Nebraska. I moved to Tennessee about 6 years ago. I've been coaching. My 2-year actually anniversary is February 17th. So it's like 1.99 years. But my team's name is Breaking Barriers, MOB, and MOB stands for Modify Our Beauty, because I think we're all beautiful, but we're just modifying it on our health and fitness journey. Breaking barriers means a lot to me because I have always been a person, I was a college athlete. Breaking barriers was common. Like in high school, I was bullied, so I broke those barriers. And then in college, I wasn't really the favorite. And so I was breaking down those barriers. So when I got pregnant, I moved to Tennessee and I lived the party life first before I got pregnant. And I just lived the best, what I thought was my best life. My husband and I were married, and we got pregnant with our daughter that you might have saw a little bit earlier. And I had her during the pandemic, and it was terrible. I didn't have a lot of support. I was mom shamed for living my life and not necessarily following COVID protocol. I'm biracial, so I was slammed multiple times from white people and Black people for not choosing a side, getting death threats for the things in the posts I made. And it was just very hard. Like I didn't know how to recover. Plus, having a newborn in 2020 is not easy, and not being around family and loved ones, it's hard. And so my postpartum journey was terrible. And I remember I had my child, and about 3 months later, I had a relative come and visit. And that relative, I have a pretty heavier sized family, not healthy whatsoever. I was the fit athlete in our family. And that person goes, now you know what it feels like to be the rest of us. And I lost it. I melted. I was devastated. I was already angry and hurting. And after 6 months postpartum, I was tired of not being able to look at myself in the mirror and recognize that body that I had no idea. I was a little bit vain being an athlete. I was fit. I was in shape. I had a 6-pack, and then I didn't, and it didn't come off. I couldn't eat what I wanted. And I just struggled with even looking at myself in the mirror and having confidence, to turning off the lights when my husband and I were trying to be intimate because I was embarrassed and ashamed. And it was never something that I wanted to do. And that wasn't like me, and I wanted me back. And so I saw my coach, she posted a poll, and I had Beachbody since 2017. I had a coach in 2017, but I told Ashton, I said, I think I want to do this coaching thing. Ashton's my husband, and he's just like, if you're going to do it, got to go all in. So we talked about it. We talked about what all in was, and I signed up directly as a coach. And within like 4 days, I helped my first 3 people because I'm like, I'm not going to fail. And since then, I've just wanted to help grow and love myself. Like I always tell my friends, it's like all in my challengers, it's all about you showing up for you journey, and then sharing the love and spreading the love, because people are inspired by what you do. And so that's why I started coaching, is because I wanted to help and serve people. I'm currently in HR, and I help serve people in my business. It's something I love. I'm like 50-50, like want to leave my job and do this full time, and 50-50 don't want to leave my job because I love what I do. And so it's just, yeah, I'm stuck. I'm not sure. I'm reading the chats. Everyone needs a drink. So that's a little bit about me. And again, like you guys all heard, like there's nothing, like we've got 2 teachers, a nurse, and somebody in HR, right? Like we all are from different parts of this world, and we're all coming together. And that's what I love about this community. So here's a little video of us just all walking on the beach. And you guys, this is only like half of our team, not even half. Like this is only half. And it was just such a great experience. And all of us, we've got nurses, we've got stay-at-home moms, we have people who run multi-million-dollar companies, multiple, we have college coaches, high school coaches who coach water polo. We have people who are fitness trainers in here. I'm trying to think of other things. We have estheticians in here. We have hairstylists. It just goes completely across the board. And so there's always room and a place for everybody here. All right, Miss Chels, take it away.
All right. So if you have been thinking about getting started with coaching and you're like, what is this coaching thing you're talking about? Well, obviously you have seen, we start on our own health and wellness journey, excuse me. But there are about 4 main things that we always say you want to build off of. Your mindset and your why is a definite good starting point. At first, I know my mindset was definitely not in the space to where I thought I could share my own journey on the internet for everybody to see. So I needed to start with a good mindset book. I started with You Are a Badass, I believe was my first one. And that's what really got me hooked. I truly believe if you are not into your personal development book, that's totally going to affect your total mindset. So if you're not into it, I encourage you to find another one and to try it again. Just keep trying it because it works. And then you need to find your why. Why are you doing this? Is it for your own health and wellness? Is it for your own fitness? Is it for, an extra income? Find that reason why and then narrow it down and keep dialing it down. Then you need to commit to a program. Get into a group. I remember in the beginning, I first started and I would just dabble in our programs and I wasn't going anywhere because I wasn't sticking to a program. Yes, you're going to get fit and feel good when you are doing the programs, but if you're not, or if you're just the workouts, but if you're not sticking to a program and a schedule and working through it, you're not going to see these amazing results that you can get. If you're just going to be hopping around, that's not staying consistent. So I encourage you to find a program that you want to commit to. We have thousands of workouts in our library, endless amount of different varieties for all different sorts of people. So check that out and then commit to sharing on social media. I know social media can be a very scary place to put yourself out into, but honestly, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you put out there. You just need to do it. I promise you, you will be okay. Did I cover them all? Yes.
All right. So next is connect and relate. You're going to find the people like you so that you can connect with them in a way that probably makes most sense to them, kind of attracts them to you. And the first way you're going to do that is find what's important to other people. When we're sharing all about us, like how can we turn this around so that somebody can see themselves in the position that you are in? Ask them, what are their struggles? What are you struggling with in day-to-day life? It doesn't necessarily have to just be their fitness struggles. It could be mindset. It could be needing community, needing more financial stability in their life. There's multiple ways that this business can really serve anyone and all of us. It says to share, what are you learning? So as Chelsea said, when you're doing like personal development, what are you learning through that? What can you put up on your social media that somebody might need to read or hear that day? Also in your groups, like in the mornings will show little like recorded videos of inside of my group so people can see that there are other women just like us in those communities working on specific things. Sorry, Jerica, I'm just trying to read it a little bit closer. Also sharing like, your goals, like what is it about this? Sorry, I was just seeing what Chelsea said. What is it? Why are you here? And also like new products that we're having. And sorry, my kids are still awake. Can you hear them? Okay. I'm sorry about that. And then not just inviting, it's gaining people's trust. So I think the more you come onto your social media and you're being the person that you truly are and sharing like real life, not just being like a perfect robot, not just showing like a perfect regimen in your workouts and your nutrition, but talking about the struggles, talk about like, hey, like I had this and that going on today. It was really hard for me to show up here, but since I have this community all around me, I want to show up just as much. And I think that really keeps you going in your journey. And same with nutrition. Like some days I'll say like, gosh, I keep coming on here and I talk about how I'm starting my nutrition off strong again. And then I fall in old patterns, but talking about how you keep going no matter what. And the more I think you share your authentic story of who you truly are and what you're truly doing here, that's going to help to build your confidence. When you sit there, you don't have to share everything, but if you put something out there and be confident in who you are and your story, that's going to make you shine. And that's going to bring the people that truly relate to you, to your team, and things are going to start to flourish and grow for you.
All right, this is the fun part. Chels, take it away.
Yes. All right, is there any way to make this? No, I'm fine. I was gonna say make it bigger, but I'm okay. Okay, so
Oh, sorry,
your first,
I'm trying.
you're good. Your first supporters. This is where we encourage you to dive deep into those that are closest to you. Mom, aunt, sister, brother, uncle, anybody who's around you, your friends, any family that you feel would support you in anything that you're trying to do. So get talking with them, share to them what it is that you are doing, why you're doing it, how it can change their life. Share with them about our groups and our community and our accountability groups that they can get plugged into and change their life. You help them get signed up as a VIP member. $160 will cover everything for their entire year. VIP access will get them a discount onto any of their supplements, any of early access to any of the programs that may be coming out. And then they also have that option to change anything if they wish to. Nothing is ever set in stone. So if they need to switch up their products or they want to change something the next month, they can. But also know that there is the opportunity for Body, the live classes, that live platform that they can sign up for, where they can get on with our live super trainers and do a class live with a super trainer, and then even potentially be up on the screen with the super trainer. It's such a cool thing. So we encourage you to share that with them. Just share how amazing it is to be able to have this platform as a resource. So as your first supporters, you get them signed up. You make $50 back per person, which is absolutely amazing. Your first bonus is after your first 2 signups, you are eligible for weekly bonuses. And then Rockstar mode happens when you are into your second bonus. You get $100 after your 5 signups. It's a pretty amazing way to just share your journey and then be able to, benefit both sides.
Perfect. What did Courtney say? She said,
Oh, yeah. Yes. They do switch.
so they do switch. So come March, the plans change. So if have somebody who is like a little nervous about the price right now or seeing it, like, let them know, like, come March, it goes up to 200. So you're saving right now. And plus you got $20 off codes, like when you start coaching. And so if people are worried about the financial aspect, it's about to blow up, and that's okay. But as you know, everything's going up for now. What did Courtney say? Y'all, this is fact, not a marketing scam. So use it. Y'all can go emerald and diamond so quickly by encouraging friends to sign up now rather than after March, when it'll be $40 more. It's not gross. It's just factual. Love that.
Okie dokie. So yeah, so what I was saying is, I think sometimes, especially when people get on the whole like MLM train and they think, oh, MLMs are so gross and everything. Okay, so telling people that it's about the price change, that is not a gross thing. That's just a fact. It's just practical. If you're gonna sign up now rather than in March when it's gonna be $40 more. So it's informative, it's factual, it's logical. So take advantage of that. It's not, sure, we are in marketing, but what we market is worth something. So that's why you pay for it. They're investing in themselves. So take advantage of that now, and you can go emerald, you can go diamond so fast. Okay. So speaking of emerald, so emerald is when you get to emerald, you will unlock your business. Okay. So emerald is when you have 2 people under you. Okay. So this graphic is super, super helpful. I'm a very visual person. I've always enjoyed these graphics. It's you and 2 other people, right? We used to be doing, it could be either, a VIP member, which would be a preferred customer, or a coach. I personally would suggest, this is what I did when I started my business. And it's kind of what all the higher ups are talking about doing right now. When you sign people up, just sign them up as a coach. And if you don't want to use the word coach, use VIP member, or go back to the old term of discount coach. Because or a partner, yeah, that's a good idea. When you sign somebody up that way, it gives them, an ambassador, it gives them the opportunity and makes it easy for them to then later become an active coach if they desire to, because they're already in that role. That's already what their account will say. So it makes it easy for them. It's removing barriers for them, and makes it easy for them later to then use their links, to use their discounts for other people, and build your team if they choose to do that. So when you sign up, get 2 people, right? The big recommendation, and again, this is what I did, you do what you want, but the big recommendation is you sign up, then sign up your spouse if that is something that your family is financially able to do. We realize that not everybody is able to do that. And I will never push people to spend money they do not have. I think that's gross and it's not my style. But it is an investment in your business. So if you do want to make money off of being a coach, and while helping people also make money, it is an investment into making more money later. So if you're able, sign up your spouse, and then sign up your best friend, sign up your mom, sign up your cousin, sign up your dad, sign up your brother, sister, whatever. Then it's you plus 2. So you got 2 coaches underneath you, and you're now an emerald coach. When you become an emerald coach, and Jerica, correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't mean to call you out in the middle of a thing here, but I believe that the customer lead program now is only if you're diamond.
It is for diamond. I messed that up. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So disregard that little blip there. But when you do become emerald, you're then eligible for team cycle bonuses, which is a weekly bonus that occurs based on the volume that you have within your team. I feel like is the most simplistic way to say it.
We'll get that in the nitty gritty. Yeah.
We cover that later. But anyways, you're eligible for more bonuses basically once you're an emerald. So you can do team cycle bonuses. By the time you've signed up 2 people, you've basically then already paid for your investment that you initially made by doing your sign up package. So then you've already made back your money. So you're no money out at that point. And then you do get paid weekly. You can get paid by a check or by direct deposit. Always do direct deposit, because otherwise they will take $7 off of your check each week just for a paper check. We did that with my husband for a long time before we realized, and that was dumb. So always do direct deposit. So emerald is always, like, in my opinion, like the bare minimum, like go emerald. So when I signed up, I went emerald in 3 days. And it is so simple. It seems intimidating, but I'm telling you, it's easy. There are numerous videos, numerous calls on how to do it, and don't let it intimidate you. It's the first step in having an actual business.
Okay. So this is like the icky part, but also, okay, if you sign up your spouse as a coach, but they will not use it as a coach account, does that ever expire? Like if that person does not build their business, does it affect you? So if that person doesn't build their business within 6 months, it drops down to a personal customer. But before they drop down, that's another story. But yes, it doesn't really affect you, right? If they're not doing anything now, they're just somebody on your leg. But if like, for example, for your husband, right? So this is where diamond comes in, and I'll kind of explain it, right? So where I like to talk, like, it's the most grossest conversation that people don't like to talk about, but it's also the best conversation that people like to talk about, right? Which is money. Like, how do you make money? How do you grow? How do you build? And I'm super competitive. I'm super passionate. And I'm also scared of like being successful, right? Like, I'm scared of what it'll look like to be different than what I already have. So where's the money at? The money at is going to be where at Diamond and then at 2-Star. So if you look at this diamond roadmap, right, and you see the green circles, okay, those are going to be your coaches, right? So all 4 down are going to be coaches, and then the green circle are going to be coaches who do the business with you. So the cool thing about signing up your spouse account, okay, say that top right green one, you want your spouse as close to the top as possible, your sister, your mom, whatever, as close to the top, because they're going to get the volume that comes down first. Okay. With you controlling that, you can sign up other people and help other people and put them under your spouse account. Boom, you're in control. You're already in control of that account in that section. So you're good, right? You're Gucci, you're building as long as they're active, right? And then what you do is you find an awesome coach, like maybe Liz or Hillary or Brittany that's on here, or Courtney or Chelsea, and you get them and you duplicate your process, right? So you've just helped 8 people. You're going to go duplicate and show your other people how to help 8 people. And that's where it's going to build, right? And then those coaches, like, I'm going to help build Liz, and then I'm going to show Liz how to help build somebody. Okay. And so Liz is then going to help hit. And so my goal would get Liz to diamond, just like she helped me get to diamond. Okay. So that's kind of where it's at. So it's 12 total people. All you got to do is help 12 total people. Super simple. The one thing I love, this analogy that somebody said this weekend, was if I were a shoe company and I was selling shoes, there's no, like, we have a minimum of helping 3 people a month. That like shows that you're consistent in your business, right? If I had a shoe company and I only sold 3 shoes, do you think my company would be successful for a shoe company? Not unless you were like Gucci or Prada, right? But not every shoe company is like that. So how easy should it be, and how awesome, I shouldn't say easy, it's not always easy, okay? But how awesome would it be to only help 3 people on this health and fitness journey a month, right? But you can also shoot for bigger. But you only have to help 12 total people to diamond. 8 personally sponsored coaches and 4 on each leg. So 2 and 2. And all coaches must be active, which means active is a little confusing, but you have to have some sort of purchasing of product monthly. So if you don't like Shakeology, which some people don't, go get Energize, go get Hydrate, go get granola bars. My kid freaking loves Hydrate because she's allergic to everything. She can't do fruits. Hydrate's safe and she doesn't have a reaction. But she also likes the granola bars, and she's a very picky little eater. So if I can give her protein in a protein bar, I'd rather give her that than a cheap fruit snack, okay, that she's obsessed with. But when we talked to coaches this weekend, we realized that going 2-star is where the income's at. So your goal really should be like emerald, diamond, 2-star. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because some girls asked, they wanted the truth about where the money's at. And they asked about it before the call. So they told us that at 2-star, the minimum per week in your paycheck is $600, where the max per week can be $2,000. That's just at 2-star. Can you imagine for 4 weeks, you made $8,000? Can you imagine that, what that looks like? I don't know what I would do with $8,000 in a month, but I would just by myself without my husband's income, like, right? Like, honestly, we could both live at home and do nothing with that. Obviously, that's not guaranteed. This is all depending upon the work you put in, the effort you put in, and how many people you help and share this journey, right? They also said, like, you also, when you hit 2-star, you get what they call as your second CBC. So you get another account. And you get to build that account, and that second account filters more volume into your account, and that's how you make money. Okay. So as long as you're doing your business activity tracker, which your coach can walk you through that, I'm not going to touch a whole lot into that. As long as you're consistent, as long as your desire to help people and lead people, it's great. Now, there's a couple ways you can coach. We have all the tools and the resources to get you to diamond. We have all the tools and resources to get you to 1-star. We have your Instagram posts, your reel posts, all of that. We have graphics to share money and prices, right? All of this stuff to share with you. You guys do not have to recreate the wheel, make it. You just have to show up and post. That's all you have to do. And another thing is just being open to change, being open to the hard, because there's going to be moments that are hard. I mean, I just had a mental breakdown because we're going through adoption and we're selling our house and life was hard. And I've not hit some of my goals this month that I usually have hit by now. And that's okay. Like, recognize that, but also desire to grow. Like, I think we're all ready to level up. Like, us coaches are ready to lead leaders to lead leaders. We want to cross the stage at Summit in some bomb dresses, and we want to help you help others. We want, if your goals are financial freedom and your goals are to come home and your goals are to buy a brand new car, your dream car, like, we want to help you get there. And we want this to be a platform, and I'm super passionate about it, but we want not only that, but we want to help you. Like, our goal is to help you. We love to serve. We love to help. And it's awesome and amazing. And being a coach, it's not just like the nitty gritty. You guys saw a lot of the fun. It's laughter, it's dancing, it's twerking, it's reels, it's just being authentically you. And that's how you get to diamond. That's how you get to 1-star. That's how you get to 2-star, is truly being yourself, having fun. If you live out in the country and you wear boots and you have animals, post that stuff. That's what's going to get you your people. If you're an athlete or you're a ref, go post that you're doing those things. That's how you're going to get to your people. If you're a nurse, please do not share what Courtney has in her stuff, because that's gross. She shares nursing stuff and it was yucky. So keep that into your DMs. Don't post that stuff on your feed, because that will we'll fact check that stuff right out the door. But like, just be you and share who you are, because that's what's going to get you to that next rank. All right. So, coaching goals. Courtney, take it away.
Okay. So your goals as a coach, like I kind of said, like when I did my intro to me, they really can be so varied. I mean, some people literally only join for the community. That's what I joined for. I don't mean to be like gross or braggy, but like, my husband is an engineer. I was a registered nurse. We were doing just fine. I didn't like, money wasn't the number one goal for me. It was community. Things have changed. Now I am looking more towards the money. I am looking more towards having a savings and building that savings. That's more towards what I'm doing, but everybody has different goals. Some people are very goal oriented and very like type A, need a goal, need things to reach for, and want to be at the top of the company. They want the rank. Some people are only money oriented. Some people are only community oriented. It really varies from person to person. And none of them are bad or all perfect, so we can be here for so many different reasons. But you have to know what your reason is. And it's okay that it develops and changes, but you need to be clear on what your goal is, or else you will not see your business move. You will not see the results that you're looking for. You'll not see those goals coming to fruition if you are not clear on what you want. Your team will feel floundering, you will feel floundering, and nothing will move forward. So it's really necessary to know like what your goals are. Some people, like, for example, it's probably obvious, but like, for example, some coaches that I know that started only for money, like they were like, listen, I have got to make this work because it's my only option. Those people made money like that because they knew that was their only option. They knew and had such a clear picture of what exactly they wanted and needed. And their actions, their daily habits, their daily actions led to that. Me, I did know exactly what I wanted. I wanted community. So because of that, I had all of my friends and family and coworkers, everybody signed up with me super quickly because it was about community. It was about mental health. It was about emotional health, all like my friends and family. But I have yet to reach strangers because that hasn't been what I've been doing. I haven't been reaching out to strangers and trying to expand my network, which now that I'm going a little bit more towards financials, I'm having to learn to do. So it just really depends on like what your goals are. So that's kind of, they can be for so many different reasons.
Okay, how do we get there? Well, what you're gonna do is all of you are gonna sign up with me. No, just kidding.
Hey!
I'm just kidding. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna connect with your hot mess coach. Okay, you guys, when I say we're hot messes, we are the biggest hot messes in the world. Our lives are not consistent. We don't have the same day every single day. Some of us are going through emotional roller coasters. Some people are just normal and calm. I'm obviously not one of them. And like, this is like a good picture display of us. Like the one to the left is just all of us tired after that retreat, after like dancing, singing, maybe having a couple glasses of wine, eating poorly, jumping into a frozen pool, all of that. Okay. And then you've got the top picture was us after we did yoga and we were like feeling ourselves, feeling good. Stretching wasn't some of our things, but we just had fun. The right picture is after yoga, and I picked like the worst picture we took because that's like truly a picture of us not having our lives together. So if you feel like you have to have all your ducks in a row, your whole life together, you have to complete a workout, you have to complete a program, you have to do all of these things first before you can help people. That's crap. I'm just gonna let you know that's crap because I didn't have my life together. I was still going through postpartum. I was still struggling. I was crying through every single freaking workout. And I still had people join me because it was relatable. It was freaking relatable. People don't want perfect. People want to get to perfect, but guess what? Perfect is not an attainable goal. It's the lowest goal you have because no one can ever reach it. No one can reach perfect. So you might as well start now, right? And then the bottom picture, that picture shows a lot of insecurities. Okay. We all hated these. Well, not me. I got my orange pants on today, but we all hated these pants because they showed off the things that we're most insecure about, right? Our stomachs, right? And we were just like, we hate them, we hate them, we hate them. You know what, you guys? But look at our smiles on our face. Look at the joy of just like being around each other. Like, regardless of our insecurities, we still like took this picture. So anyway, that's kind of how we get there. That's just kind of how we get to the next level. Do you guys have any questions about coaching, what this looks like? What are you scared of? The financial piece, how to get started, everything. I liked what Courtney does with, Courtney partnered with Rachel and was like, when you message somebody, I took this away. Like when you message the person, somebody who likes your photo, you should say, hey, thanks for liking my photo. How are you? And connect with them and then invite. Like build that relationship first, that foundation, and then go into invite. I'm a little bit more aggressive. Like I got goals, I got things to do. I'm aggressive, I'm feisty, you know what I'm saying? So I am like, I'm just straight to the point, but sometimes I'm like, I want to build relationships. I want to get to know people and I want to encourage people and I want to help people. So anybody have any questions, concerns? Are you scared? Who's scared? Raise your hand. I'm so scared, y'all.
I wouldn't say I'm scared. I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm just processing. Anyways, my question is like, okay, you have somebody who wants to sign up. How do you on the website, what steps do you take? Basically like the logistical side of okay, what do I click to get them all situated?
Like how do you get them lined up?
Yes.
Okay. Have you helped one person?
No.
Have you helped your second person?
No.
Until you help your third person, we don't touch it.
So she's
No,
just
no,
asking
no. I mean, sorry. I mean, like when I'm ready to help that first person, how do I sign them up?
about share
Like physically, how do I sign them up? Sorry.
tomorrow,
Here.
tomorrow or Wednesday, whichever day works better for you. Let's get on FaceTime and I will show you how to do one.
Okay, I'll text you after the meeting today.
I'm gonna see
Okay.
if I can pull up a share cart.
Okay,
Yes,
see
that part's very easy.
on your end, Jerica, and if not, I will FaceTime Rachel and show her how to do one. I feel like it's confusing to try to like verbally explain it, but if Jerica can pull it up on her screen and show you, that would be awesome. And if not, I can FaceTime you and walk you through how to do it. It's very easy once you've done it. I mean, it's like that. It's so quick.
Yeah.
You take 5 minutes. But so let's see if Jerica can pull up share cart. And if not, we can FaceTime whenever it's convenient for you this week. And I'll show you how to do one.
Let's see. I can share my screen, you guys. Let me go back more. I hate sharing my, okay, share my screen. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm just making something up, right? Like hopefully sign up as a coach. Yes, I have permission. Hit continue. You're going to sign them up with the total solution pack. You've got options. The best one to do right now is Sure Thing, right? Because it's going to be the last thing that is going to be uploaded to the system. But from this point on, programs that are done are going to only show up on Body. So if somebody just gets Beachbody on demand, they will never see Sure Thing ever. They will see everything before, but nothing else. So in order to get new programs, they're just gonna have to buy a Body and you're gonna have to pay for the $200. Okay. So you go to Sure Thing. You're gonna do a total solution pack. And you can choose, like you can do Shake and Hustle, which is Shakeology and Energize, which I absolutely love because I do both, right?
Same,
And
yeah.
a lot of people say, I have extra Shakeology. Well, because not everybody drinks it every single day like I do, or some other coaches, right?
Well, here's a bunch of recipes and how to use it.
Right. So there you go. Like Shake and Hustle is honestly probably the best way. The only unfortunate thing is I think it's only lemon and fruit punch, maybe.
Flavors.
And so it's limited flavors for Energize, and I just don't love lemon, but it would be good for somebody else because lemon's the top selling Energize in the company. Then you've got Shakeology, obviously. You got Total Performance, which is Energize and Recover. That's all I did in the beginning because I hated being sore. So Recover, I was like, if you hate being sore after workout, take Recover. I hate being sore. The Go and Glow pack. So this is great for your postpartum mamas. Huge because one, you have Energize because you're tired, you're sleepy, and you got a baby. Hydrate, you're dehydrated because you're nursing, pumping. I know you haven't been drinking water because you've been feeding other kids and your husband and your spouse. It's helpful. And then collagen, think about postpartum hair loss. Okay. And then you get first and last thing, which is kind of like your melatonin and like natural energy, where it's like an all day energy and all day, like an all night sleep, not like Energize, where it's kind of like your quick burst. It's like an all day thing.
Okay, basically, I just needed to know on the website what to click, and you showed me Coach Tools, and then from there seems pretty self-explanatory.
Yep. You just get their email. Yep.
And also at the bottom, this used to throw me off, but like in fine print, it says like if you're signing them up for a preferred customer or coach, you have to have that in there so that it waives that coach's fee when they start. If
Yeah.
they're the coach or a discount coach.
So so that kind of leads to my next question. If you have a discount code, you have a referral code, whatever, do you put that in at the end when they're about to pay?
Yes,
you
you
do
put
it
it
with
right and make
any
sure they
other-
do not, if they cannot find the promo code, make sure they text you because otherwise it'll charge them for the full amount. And
Got it.
promo code is very small. It is very small. But everybody has, every single person who signs up as a coach will have a promo code right now.
Right.
Yeah. $20.
Got it. I'm bummed that Sure Thing's gonna go away because I really like it.
It's not gonna go away. It's just gonna be on
Oh.
Body. So like,
Oh, okay.
if
So-
you only have Beachbody on demand, you will never have access to it
Oh,
unless you
got it.
actually purchase it in a total solution pack or you have Body. If
Got it.
somebody buys the $130 pack,
Mhm.
just for Beachbody On Demand. They will never see a new program from this point
Okay,
on.
so but if you buy like the ones you showed me,
Yep,
then they get it. Okay. got it.
correct.
And Rachel, you bought individual access to Sure Thing that you
Yeah.
added on odd account. So that won't go away for you. Like it will be
Got it.
as
It's
you
there. Once you purchase it, it's there. It doesn't go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? What is everybody nervous about? Posting, sharing? No question.
I will just say from a standpoint, like when I started, I sat in like being in action what's the word? Not taking action because I learn best when I'm like failing through things. And sometimes that can hold me in a place of not moving forward. So if you're scared to do something, I'm just going to say, and I'm telling myself this too with certain things, like just do it. And even if you're not doing it correctly, that's again, like why we're here. And don't just like sit stuck, reach out and like, just like tell your coach, like, I'm like underconfident in this. I'm like terrified. I'm worried about what someone's going to think about this and that. So just want to put that out there.
We all had a day one too, you guys. Like we all started from nothing and we eventually, once you do something over and over again, you get better and better at it. So you just gotta, you're all gonna have a day one. We had a day one and eventually you're gonna just get better and better. So
It's scary and it's exciting. And it's like sometimes, so even to this day, I will go invite somebody that I feel like might tell me no or reject me, and I will go put my phone down, and then I'll come back to it an hour later, and just like I'll just like freak out the whole entire time. And then I'll come back, and it's like something like no one's ever been rude to me, not one time. Not one time has anybody ever been rude to me. I've got a lot of no's. I've got a lot of not nows, a lot, right? But I've also went back and I said, hey, that's great. Thanks for letting me just feel comfortable enough to talk to you about it. But I would love to know a little bit more about you. Or, hey, that's fine, cool, totally get it. But how are you doing? And revert it back to that person, right? Like they're people. You're not just trying to check off a box and sell them something. They're humans. Like they care. Like you want people to know that you care about them.
and I think that's a bit
Go ahead.
different. I mean, I haven't been a part of a different MLM, but from being on the receiving side, I've seen that is something that's very different with body. Like people that have reached out to me, and then obviously other coaches I now work with, it's about relationship and it's about connecting with people as a human, like Jerica said. Like it's how are you doing? How is this? How is that? How can I pray for you? Like, how is your mental health life? How is this? How is that? And really making connections with people and not just, hey, will you buy the shampoo for me? And just having it be like that. Or, hey, this mascara is on sale. Do you want it? Like, it's not just sales. It's demonstrating and showing the value of a healthy, holistic lifestyle. And part of that is caring for people as humans, whether or not they sign up with you or not. And so that's just part of the culture. So that's why, like, I encouraged Rachel to, like, every person that liked her, like, coming out post to go and not just say, hey, are you ready to sign up? Because that like freaks people out, but to instead be, and again, my style is a little different than Jerica's, but people are going to sign up with you because they vibe with you, because they like your style. So someone might not sign up with me, but might sign up with Jerica because she's more their style. And that's wonderful. And that's what I like, that like we all have such different personalities and bring so much other things to the table. So there's room for everybody. There's a spot for everyone. My style is more just a little bit more like connecting first and building a lot of foundation and then discussing purchasing. But somebody else might really vibe with Jerica and be like, hey, I don't want to talk about all my life. Just tell me how to sign up. And that's great. So you just go with who you are and be true to your own personality, and the rest will flow from that.
And keep in mind, if you do get a no or a not right now or will see that, just keep in mind that that's a seed planted. They're now thinking about what you just talked to them about and what you offered them as an opportunity. And also, as I'm pretty sure almost all of us watched our coaches for a very long time before we even know Jerica. Okay, well, then I'm talking about myself.
I did.
Yeah, we watched our coach for a long time. Just because they don't say yes right away doesn't mean it's a definite yes. They will
Yeah.
come around and they are watching.
And like to piggyback off of that, like people are like Chelsea said, they're watching to see how you show up. So, and also like, even if you're not getting like a huge feedback on like the content you're making or the likes, like somebody is still watching from behind the scenes. They're just not putting their mark on it because they're scared themselves. They're like, I don't want to say they're stalking you, but they're watching and you're making an impact. I mean, when you have those people come out of the woodwork, you're like, wow, like you don't really truly realize the impact that you're making just by putting something up. So don't let lack of feedback or conversations of them starting it with you scare you away from it.
And another thing, some of your best friends don't even join you right away. And some of your best friends, they're not on here. Some of them, they know who they are. They're on here. You know, they don't, they may think it's not them, but you know what? You gotta show how you love them. So like I call her my wifey, but she's my longest best friend. And she's like, Jerica, this is not for me. I love CrossFit. I only want to do CrossFit. I like going to the gym. I'm not doing this. This is not for me. I'm not going to tell her story, but I am going to say some good things about her. So she was going through a really hard time, struggling. So you know what? I said, why don't you just do this with me? Trust me. Can you just trust me on this? I promise you, we're going to get through. She did a program. We woke up every single morning, called each other on the phone, make sure we still do this. I did this to her this morning, get her out of bed by 4:30 in the morning. We talk. I said, well, I'm going to call you in 10 minutes. Then we're going to pray. We're going to go do our devotion. Then we're going to go work out. So 10, 15 minutes later, I call her. We pray about the things that we cannot, like giving everything to God, things that we cannot control, and let him be present with where we're at now. Then we send each other sweaty selfies. We go on with our day. A year later, a year to this day, okay, the year before, she had failed this huge military thing, okay, and she did not plan for it. She was in this mental struggle, whatever, okay. A year ago, just a couple of weeks ago, she had to retake this test, and we called each other every single day. She did Beachbody workouts. She went to CrossFit. She ran 4 to 8 miles. Garbage. I don't know who likes to run. So if you like to run, I'm so sorry. That's not fun. And she did it. And guess what? I was the first person she called and said, I freaking did it. I passed. She wasn't supposed to have her phone on. She was in training. She was and I just sobbed. I sobbed. My husband came running downstairs and said, did she pass? And I was like, of course she passed. Ugly crying. I have the picture of us on FaceTime that she passed. You guys, some people don't trust you and some people don't believe that it works. But do you know what? It wasn't Beachbody that worked. It was our friendship, the connection, the calls, the accountability, the not allowing each other to fail. That's what worked. That's what worked. It wasn't the workouts. They played a part, right? They were something set, something that we could that was in our control that we could do. But we called each other every single day for almost a year at 4:30 in the morning to make sure we got out of bed. We prayed. We did the thing. God was our foundation, and she passed the damn thing. Now she's going into flight school. Now I want her to be a coach. She's on here, but she hasn't committed to pull that trigger yet, but she's on here. But it's all about truly that story will be forever for me, right? Because my own best friend didn't trust me. Hello, my own best friend didn't trust me. It happens all the time. I'm okay with calling them out too. So I'm putting them in their place. So, just calling them out right here. But that's what coaching is. It's not just 30 minutes of workouts. It's literally relationships you build, the fun that you have, and just the presence of each other and loving each other through it all. Bad, good, crazy.
And also, just not to keep running on and on because we need to get off this call. But
Yeah.
one last thing also, Jerica's story is, that just made me like start tearing up. I'm a little hormonal right now, but it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Another thing that is also beautiful but different is the people that you inspire to change their lifestyle that don't join Beachbody, that still don't join Beachbody. Because I can't even tell you how many people I have had through the last year and 3 months that have messaged me and say, because I see you work out every day, I have now started going to the gym. I have now started every day with my husband. I have now changed my nutrition. These are people that still no to Beachbody. And that's okay. And it's still a win because you're still inspiring people to change their lifestyle, to prioritize their health, and to be better humans, to take care of their body, the temple of God, to care for it, to care for their mental health. And those are still wins. And those are things that I had to kind of slowly learn are still wins. People that never join Beachbody, but you have still inspired to change their lifestyle, it's still a win. So wonderful if they do join Beachbody, amazing stories.
It's
But
body.
they never join you, but you've inspired them to change their life.
We're gonna have to change our words, you guys. We're gonna have to start saying body. We've been talking about Beachbody for too long. It's body, guys. It's finally body. Okay, well, we're gonna get off this call. I'm gonna take a picture. So everybody turn on their screen, smile. We're gonna take a boomie.
I have really cute hair right now. This goes with my hot mess look. This is really cute.
Oh, you don't look like that all the time?
Late night calls. My cutest look.
Okay. All right, you ready? Do whatever funny dance move you got. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. One more. One more. 3,
Oh Lord.
2, 1, go. Okay. That one was way better. I got too shaky the last one.
I mean,
All right, you guys have a good night. Connect with your coach. And I hope I see more of you on here because we're about to level up. So you guys have a good night.